Smells like poop out here.
Just a little bit. Sorry, I'm being like blinded. Light a little bit. There's a spider.
It's not gonna eat much.
It's like flying around. Freaking out. I put this back on there.
Hey,
Hi.
what you got going on?
Well, I would like to try to figure out where this oil leak's coming from. I've been fighting oil leaks on this car since probably 2017 when I bought it. I fixed the majority of them, but now the oil looks like it might be coming out of the distributor, or it is coming out of where the timing chain cover meets the block. So there's a bunch of gasket maker that I put up on there trying to block the oil leak from coming out, but then I started noticing that oil was around the distributor, so I'm not sure exactly.
Maybe the fan's just blowing it around.
Yeah, it's showing up on the wheel wells from the fan knocking on both sides, so that's always fun. Oil everywhere. But I figured I'm gonna take it off and kind of figure out what's kind of going on with it. Additionally, while I have it off, I did buy a new water pump from TA Performance that I have over here. I figured it'd be a good idea to get a new water pump when I saw the car was running 195 to 200, which is common for a big block. I'd really like to see it try to get it down into 180 temperature. She seems to kind of like it there whenever she's running 180 when it's like 50 degrees outside or 40. But TA Performance had updated their water pump with a different impeller setup that it helps with the water flow, especially at higher RPM. So hopefully this will get her to cool down just a little bit. I also have the new gasket kit that I got from TA Performance as well.
What are you doing now?
Right now I am leaking all of the antifreeze out. And right now we're gonna let that drain out and then we'll start disassembling the front of the engine. I can't tell if it's power steering fluid leaking out of there or if it's oil.
Which spot? That's probably, don't know, because it's all over the bottom of the power steering pump, but it's also all over this, like it's being slung this direction and coming down. So my guess is that's just engine oil being pushed everywhere else, because it's not normally a power steering pump hose. If it's gonna leak, it'll leak out of the crimp here, and that's dry.
Gotcha.
It's below that. So unless that metal line has a hole in it somewhere, it's probably just remnants.
Okay.
From everything else. You need light.
Okay. I can't get anything under far enough to get to where it's bit.
So you try twisting it? Sometimes you just gotta.
What was that?
As an old guy, I used to know. And when stuff was that tight, he had a saying for it. It's tighter than the skin on a hot dog.
The only other thing I could think of is taking the thermostat housing off, and then I could get it off.
Work it around. We just gotta.
I did, it's just not.
I think it's stuck on the bottom. I'm not used to working with something so big.
Oh, really? Just pull it out of the way. Now I'm gonna take the thermostat housing off.
Did you glue this on last time?
No!
I call bull. You know, so they make these tools called hose picks.
Yeah?
Yeah. Maybe one day.
We should buy one of those.
Yeah, but not today. We don't need them today.
Are you sure? Oh, it looks like it. No, it doesn't look like it.
Golly.
I think you're getting somewhere. Look, it's not moving right here. Oh, there's a little play. Nope. There's play above that.
Give me that. Get in. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're in there. Look at you go.
I'm just hoping it doesn't.
I'm gonna end up being a new hose. That's what the result of this is gonna be.
Peek through the other side.
Please don't peep through the other side. This is brand new the last time I put it on there. I ain't gonna lie. The reason I had to put a new one on there is because I peeped through the hose on the last one.
So you did glue it.
I didn't glue it on. There's a wigglation.
A what?
A wigglation.
I'm gonna have to make a call to Webster tomorrow. I want to know if a wigglation is a word.
It exists in my world. The python does not want to come out. Don't people hole.
Somebody put a carburetor in the way. It's almost there.
You can do it.
Why is the water neck 8 inches long?
It's a Buick.
Golly.
Here you go. She's wiggling. There's movement. You want me to get it?
I feel like every time you get positive, this gets tighter.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna edit that out.
Why? Stop flinging your rope. There it goes.
I'm trying not to lean on this $9,000 grill.
Yeah, please don't break that.
Can you hold the other end of my hose? I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. My hands are warm.
Wiggle, wiggle. She's not gonna freaking come off.
Golly.
She's suctioned. It looks like it's underneath. There it is. There it is. And ready? Huh.
So,
I drained it.
good Lord. All right, let's go home. What's next? Well, I guess we gotta get the distributor out now.
Yeah, so next we're gonna mark the distributor so that way when we put it back in, we can get it dead on so we don't have to chase timing as
All right.
much.
So, you wanna show them how to do that?
Yeah.
First, we're gonna remove the distributor cap. All right.
Put that to the side. We need a marker.
Yep.
My midge itself is gonna get into his very tall drawer.
It's
You got the king size.
That's the big one. You don't need that one. All right.
What do you always tell me? Don't put your tools on the ground.
Yeah, why? Because you trip over them. So, okay, we removed the distributor cap. You want to mark the distributor body and then where it goes into your housing. So then, what are we going to do with the pointer? You mark the pointer.
Yep.
Let's see. Eyeball that as best you can.
Which is ironic because where it was marked before, it's kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, there is still the mark. It's very faint.
Yeah,
but
extremely faint.
you may have
So you
to.
want to eyeball it.
All right. So our distributor is marked. Now, once the collar is marked, and you've marked or indexed the pointer on the rotor and the body of the distributor, now you can undo your hold down.
Right in the oil. Don't you love it?
Nice.
Look at that. Nice and coated.
And it won't rust that way. Yeah, now grab your marker again.
Yeah. Point that high.
Yeah. Okay. Hold that with you. Now, did you unplug it? Yep, you got it unplugged already. So now the idea here is to pull the distributor. We're gonna let the rotor's obviously gonna turn as you pull the distributor body out because it's the gear on the end of the cam and the gear on the end of the distributor. They're what's called a helical gear, so they're cut not straight and they're on like an angle, so it's going to cause it to rotate. And your goal is, as you pull the distributor, to keep these two marks lined up. The rotor's going to turn. When you finally get this out where the rotor stops, we're going to put another mark, and then we know exactly how far that rotor turned on that gear in relation to the body as we pulled it out. So go ahead and start. You may have to wiggle it back and forth and like turn the body a little bit. There it goes. Just as long as you remember to line your marks back up before you start pulling it straight out.
Now it stopped.
And your marks are still lined up, so where it stopped.
Yeah. I heard it click to stop.
and mark it there. And that looks, you're here. So even if you got to mark it there, you want to be in line.
That work?
Yeah. Now I would just make a mark like which way the rotor's got to go. So when we pulled it out, the rotor went from here to this way.
Yeah, so it needs to
put
go.
an arrow. Yeah.
Don't mind my drawing.
What is that?
It was horrible.
So, but as you can see, these marks are in line. Pull the distributor up. It started here. The rotor went to there. And now when we install it, we'll clock the rotor in that position, line these marks back up, and as it drops in, that rotor should line back up to our original mark. And I mean, usually you're still put a timing light on and check it, but it's usually pretty darn close.
Yeah, it was real close last time. It was pretty dead on.
So it'll at least be enough for you to get it started. There it should be.
Beautiful. Look how much oil's under there.
Yeah. Excuse me. Right.
But look, you can see where it's sealing.
Yeah, it is odd that there's that much oil up there. Because, I mean, the engine rotates this way, so if it's slinging oil off the chain and hitting, I can understand where it would puddle there. If this gasket was leaking in this area, that the chain would throw it and it'd be constantly hitting there and it would puddle down there. But why it's puddled up here blows my mind. The only thing we may check is to make sure that that distributor is sitting down the entire way around there. But like you said, you can see where it's,
Yeah, you can see
there's
the
a
mark.
witness mark.
Even under the oil, you can feel the witness mark right here.
Yeah, so I don't know.
It's very weird.
It's odd. It wouldn't be something stupid like, is this open or is this blind tap? We'll have to check that and see if that stud is open down here. Because if it's open and there's nothing on this, like it can wick itself up the threads and it'll be coming out up here, and that would explain why it's laying in here and down in there.
I'm pretty positive when I had it off it was sealed, but
We'll check it.
I've been wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Continuing on. You're getting that all cleaned up?
Yep.
Okay.
It's coming out pretty good.
So,
Hopefully it'll stay that way this time.
right. Check this out. So, I was cleaning out your bolt holes, right? Just running, normally you'd use a thread chaser, but I have a tap. Kind of works as well. But, if you notice, all the junk that's on the end of that tap,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
all that was down in that bolt hole, and they're,
So it wasn't sealing the bolt fully.
well, no, not sealing the bolt. What happens is then when you're trying to tighten that up, there's no, that's what's called a blind hole, so it's closed off in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So all the dirt and stuff that's in there keeps building up, which makes it shorter and shorter. So when you're trying to run a bolt in there and tighten it, it might click at your torque spec,
Mm-hmm.
but because it's trying to,
But it's compounding dirt and debris behind
Yeah.
it, so it's not actually
it's not actually
sealing
tight.
fully.
Well, the bolt's not actually tight.
Yeah.
So you got to clean out your holes. always. You don't. It's never good to have dirt in your hole.
That's probably good not to.
Yeah. I have nothing else to say. But chase your bolt holes. Always.
Chase the bolt holes.